want her to hurt. She's my baby girl. I understand that. Do you have children?
No.
No. Not yet. Okay, well, as much as you think you'll understand, wait till you have children, because it's magnified 1,000 times more.
You know, with all this talk about the upcoming friction between Karen and Fatima and Zach, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but I think we can all agree there's a good chance it will happen, you know, due to her grief and whatnot. But I was thinking about one particular scene from season 5. In a recent video, I want to say it was the one I did about, it was like the 21-minute video about, was Karen stressed the reason for her stillborn baby? And I brought up how, you know, the morbid thought, but the possibility of, if Karen had a choice, I honestly think she would have chosen the baby belonging to Zach to make it, as opposed to the one belonging to Aaron. And it goes back to what she said in season 5 in that letter to Zach regarding how she wants to be over him. I want this hold you have over me to be gone, but I also want this baby I'm carrying to be yours. Yeah, this woman is a walking contradiction. But I don't want to talk about the letters. This video is about one particular moment after Fatima has come, after Fatima showed up. And Miss Lisa, and this was the worst of Miss Lisa. I mean, no, hey, wonderful actress, but I'm talking about the character. Let's not get it twisted. But after like a 4-season absence, because she was at the end of season 1. She was, sprinkled throughout season 1. Then she was gone seasons 2, 3, and 4. Basically missing out on all the hell that her own daughter had started. So when she came back in season 5, when Karen was in the hospital, when she was bleeding out and stuff, she went into instant mama bear mode and lashed out at everybody. Even going so far as to ask Zach, who came over to the apartment to check on, Karen, and Miss Lisa wouldn't let him go see her, but also, kind of scolding Zach about stressing her out and stuff, and going so far as to ask, oh, so I heard you with someone else now. Yes, ma'am. Is she a B? What? No, she's not. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense. But when Fatima did show up, Miss Lisa went on this whole spiel about, hey, I'm her mother, and I want to make sure the pregnancy has no complications or any stress or yada, yada, yada. And Fatima, do you have children? And remember the way Karen smugly said, no, she doesn't. And I thought that was low-key one of the most disrespectful things that Karen has ever said. And keep in mind all the time she's called Fatima out of her name, which Fatima does, mention in that particular episode. But I just wanted to say that it just goes to show how what goes around comes around. And if you want to take to the next level, how God don't like ugly. How you have Karen, who at the time, was one baby, one. This was like, 2 seasons before they threw in that twin curveball. 2 seasons before that. And this was a Karen who was adamant that it was Zach's child no matter what. So for her to take a jab at the woman who Zach is currently with, who he's hoping to build a future with, to take a jab at her by going, no, she doesn't have any children, because she's so on her high horse thinking that she is carrying Zach's child, only to then have a stillborn or miscarriage. I know stillborn is the proper term, but the reason I bring up miscarriage is this. Unbeknownst to Karen, in the continuity of Sisters, I'm not counting Zatima because we know she had the abortion from Ian's baby, but in the continuity of Sisters, unless you want to say both stories are true, but I'm only sticking to Sisters here. Unbeknownst to Karen, Fatima told Zach while she was in high school she had a miscarriage. So to me, that's kind of like a karma thing, if you will, where you have Karen making a jab at Fatima for not having children, not knowing she had a miscarriage, all the while confident that, oh yeah, you might have Zach, but I'm having his child. And then she loses Zach's child via miscarriage / stillborn. And to top it all off, Fatima's pregnant again, but this time with Zach's child. So I bring that up just to once again reiterate the point, folks. I'm not dissing the Karen fans. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is point out that, folks, hey, Karen's been through a lot these past few episodes. Great performance. Great support from everyone around her, especially Fatima. But you can't sit up here and act like Karen hasn't done any foul crap. Like these new writers favor her. They, make it where, oh, she's this great person and this, that, and the third, despite all the hell she raises. How everyone has to apologize to her to try to make peace. And that's not the way it should be. But don't let all of what we've seen the past 3 weeks make you forget this woman was low down, dirty, low-key stalking, Well, no, I wouldn't even say low-key, pulling up on the, well, to be fair, public street, but either way, it's like, imagine you parked your vehicle across the street outside of like your ex's new home or whatever, and you just sit there for hours. Or you get out of your vehicle and just post up, waiting for them to pull into the driveway. You don't think that's creepy? And even worse are the times when she would roll up to the house, knock on that door. Any time of the day or night, just pop up unannounced. Even going so far as to try to get your ex back while his current partner is in the home. Like, when she came over, like, stop playing these games. You know how we do things this cycle? And then Fatima was on the balcony. And then she came down. So, let's not act like Karen is a saint in this. I don't even know who can. Look, I know she got fans, but come on now. You can't be that delusional. I get there are those who relate to Karen, who are currently in a Karen situation. Maybe not necessarily the pregnancy thing, but more so like, a man you discarded for one reason or another had a huge come up after you threw him to the side and moved on, and now you want him back. It's just one of those things where Karen has so many examples of her being out of pocket. I don't even have it in me to do like a compilation video. They're just way too. If I did a video about how long or detailing every time Karen was disrespectful to, I could just do it for Fatima. I mean, I can't. If I did a video detailing every time she called out, gave a stank attitude, or was disrespectful to this character, that character, that would be a video longer than an entire 22 episode run of Sisters. Any season, pick your poison. That's insane to think about. But I just really think that the show is tying everything together from the little moments of disrespect and whatnot and karma coming back on Karen due to the fact that everybody talks about, okay, we hope the writers show that the characters have matured and whatnot. I had somebody comment on a post yesterday talking about how, you know what, Jeremy, there's that, the BET, or basically it's that access channel that's like 24/7 Tyler Perry content. And I was watching a bunch of the earlier episodes from season, 1, 2 of the series. And to think here we are in season 9 and so little of these characters have changed. It's just ridiculous. So that's why for me, it is very near impossible to believe Karen is fully changing, because we know one wrong thing can make her go right back to how she was. It's insane. It really is. But it's consistent, but insane. That's why I'm just sitting here like, yeah, how many times have, Fatima said that her and Karen are in a better place because Karen's like, you know what, I don't want no drama or whatever, only for her to go right back to how she was. And see, if that wasn't a reoccurring theme in the show, I could believe and understand how her grief and whatnot not right now could make her revert if she had been a better character for the past like 4 seasons, but that hasn't been the case. So yeah, Karen in that one moment of no, she doesn't, regarding Fatima not having children, well, to think that in the future her first child that actually makes it is going to belong to the man that she let go of and want it back but can no longer have. And now she's had a daughter with the man who was basically the placeholder, the man she claimed she didn't know well enough to have a baby with. Again, what goes around comes around. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.